Yeah. Here we go. Here's the real dick tech. Here we go. Yeah. Ba-da-da. We are against a mage who are of the... Yeah, I think I just want some of my lower droppers. Okay. Oh, Feral Rage, very well. Nice. Okay, so when thinking about games, there's iteration that you have to do, right? Because even leading experts on things need lots of time to plan in order to do stuff.
An incredible discovery.
But when the need to sift through a whole bunch of different possibilities, come up with a prototype, throw it out, come up with a prototype, throw it out, let's just think about that. Let's just think about this. Like, if you said, we're not doing any art, zero art, none, we're just going to do a gray box of that tutorial area of our MMO, and we're only going to focus on that. We have there's no one else, there's no other team. All that we're doing is it's just us sitting together trying to figure out this little puzzle. Okay? So, you don't have any external pressure. Just to make this tutorial area, you don't even have to make the rest of the MMO. You just have to make the tutorial area for one character. Tiny. Well, it's going to take a lot of engineering time to just build the character controller plus the character inventory and leveling system. Just like a rudimentary, non-complete version, just to do that. It's going to take some time to build out all the levels and to make sure, you know, let's assume that you're using another engine. I sure hope this is not a mirror entity. Okay, well, let's just assume we're using another engine, so some collisions are taken care of, and you have some simple trees being placed. Just think how long that would take a small team to do this. Just think about this. This might actually take a few weeks.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Job done.
I really wish I was... That works that way? I think I've discovered this like 8 times. I don't know. It might take a few weeks to just get this prototype done. So let's assume it's 3. Assume it's 3 weeks from scratch. It's an amazing pace. 3 weeks to get everything set up. All right, let's just assume this. This, I mean, like, in reality, 3 weeks to get this basic gray box prototype up. Anyone in dev is just like, holy fuck, don't you tell me we need to do that in 3 weeks. But we're just going to assume 3 weeks, just for to, you know, make this argument simple.
For the wild.
Cleared board. So it's an actual, like, 3D MMO, like we're doing a World of Warcraft area. 3 weeks. You now play a game of this thing. You have some playtesters played over the course of a few days to really see what their experience of learning is like. And let's say you find some massive problems. And you go, oh shit, we got it. You know what? The character system is only okay. We realized we left out, we went through this tutorial way fast. In fact, people, when they went from activity 1 to activity 2, they were getting really confused in between here. We need to have an activity 1.5 for them to do so they can learn more. Okay, shit. All right. Fair enough. And so you think, okay, let's come up with some new activities. You know, you're going to have to shift stuff around. You're not going to need to spend as much time doing any tech for placing these objects because you did those in the previous iteration, but now you got to come up with like a whole fucking new area and think through that, and then you test it internally. It might be another 3 weeks until you feel like, okay, I think we understand this tutorial area enough to try it again. put it in front of people, you test it again, and all of a sudden, you'll note that, like, you're getting close to 2 months. These numbers I'm throwing out are kind of bullshitty fast, right? These are fucking insanely fast. Speaking of bullshitty...
For the wild.
We might be dead. Meh. But like this is like 2 months of like 2 cycles on just the tutorial area, and we haven't even brought up art yet. So this is what happens where you think, I have an idea, I want to try it out. Because I know that designs often don't turn out great on their first go. And lo and behold, it sucks ass. It's not fun, and you gotta redo it again. But time just blows up so fast with game development. And so it's super easy to answer the question, well, what happens to these teams that's causing them to not be able to churn out what would obviously be a kick-ass product? And the answer is reality. It's just that you only get a few tries, you run out of time real fast, and you run out of money real fast. Just goes out the window. And so there's some techniques to avoiding this. One is to just plan the ever-living fuck out of this product before it ever sees the light of day. Oh my god, that is so savagely brutal. Oh my god. Well, thank god I have a taunt, but even so, ugh.
Whoops.
Oops. Okay, so I should be okay, because I do this. Pop it like that, and then I'm going to hit this one. No, I think what I actually want to do is hit this and this, so we keep these 2 little nerds alive, and then run out the Drake, so that way we can protect ourselves from this button. And then we should win now, depending on how many primordial glyphs have turned into ice blocks. But this is why I think Jade Druid is a really strong deck to ladder with. So you can plan the ever-living shit out of your game product. You can make something that you've already made before, or you can do what Blizzard Entertainment does. Oh, shit happens. You can do what Blizzard Entertainment does, and just keep throwing shit out. You can do what Valve does and keep throwing shit out. Half-Life 2 took 5 years to make. 5 years. I don't fucking know.
Malfurion versus Morgul.
I must protect the wild.
Another good way to, address some of the, concerns about production is to have things be chunkable. Like if you are a huge company and you have like the audio department and like the cinematics department and the graphic design and advertising department, you can also have come up with design ideas, and you have a team that stays really small and just fiddles with shit until it's in really good shape, and then at the end of that year or 2 years of figuring stuff out, then begins 2 to 3 years of production. So it's like tiny team, experimental, throwing lots of stuff out. Huge team, don't throw anything out because we figured out the damn game. This is fine because I'd be happy to Acolyte and then happy to Mind Control Tech. And this all the way comes back to the statement, hey, Wizards of the Coast is working with Cryptic to make an MMO. Didn't Cryptic make some bad MMOs and this and that? I'm amazed that Cryptic is a company that makes MMOs and has not folded immediately, because that is so fucking hard. Let's see, Cryptic Studios. Oops. Cryptic is a really bad word to type into Google and hope that you will find the exact thing. Cryptic Studios. Launched in 2000. Holy fuck, they've been around since 2000. That is insane. I actually think that is a fantastic idea to be working with someone who has that much damn experience in MMOs. I mean, holy shit, that's so much expertise. Oh my fucking god. Products, they did City of Heroes and City of Villains. I didn't know that. They did Star Trek Online games. They did Champions Online, Marvel Universe Online. Damn. I think this is the play. And then I can just clear with my Primordial Draku next turn. Can't believe. Cryptic Studios is amazing to me now. What a bunch of unbelievable badasses. Were corners probably cut? Yeah, I feel like corners will always get cut unless you have infinite time. Okay, so this is your Evolveroni guy. And so he's actually spent all his mana, so that means I can clear. I was like, there's a perception of, like, you know, there's your World of Warcrafts, and then LOL, here's this company that only has like 100,000 subscribers. Ha ha ha. There's nowhere near as good as World of Warcraft. I mean, probably like 10% of games make money. Less than that, probably. Or like 10%. Like, most games do not make money. Games generally lose money. Get shut down. Release and don't make their money back. Release and do okay and make like 70% of their money back. Professor Oak 13 says, does the value of that experience drop when considering that the studio has a track record of creating mediocre products, even when given massively popular properties? I feel like that's comparing a whole bunch of things that are... That's like a jumble of concepts in there. I think that if it was, does the value of that experience drop when concerning studio has a track record of creating mediocre products, period. Like, if you asked me that, I'd say, well, I don't actually think that these games were failures. Like, creating an MMO that did not last forever, technically that's a failure case, but also, that is... One moment. Hit, hit, hit. How do I kill this? I can swipe like this. I think I actually want to get this guy out, so I'm trying to think of how to plan my whacks. I think I just do the really simple thing. Yeah, I mean, I think that if you created a game that sustained a player base for several years and then shut down, that's pretty goddamn great. I think that's pretty good. And I think that the statement, if these people were given additional time, do we think that they'd be able to create something that is even better? I think the answer is undeniably yes. I think that, you know, is the product mediocre is super duper fucking nuanced. I mean, that is a very, very precise or there are very, very precise things that live under that broad umbrella that are important and not important. So for instance, if they literally put the exact same mechanics into every single game, I would be worried about the specific issue that they might put those specific mechanics into the Wizards MMO. That's how I might phrase it. To sort of hand-wavily go, I don't know, it's just kind of bad and mediocre. Like, I mean, I recognize that you're typing in Twitch chat that demands smaller,
I got the best deals anywhere.
I think I actually am just gonna get some good big things drawn.
For the wild.
Oh yes, it's so fucking good. And so, you know, and then the follow-up statement, what about the fact that these products haven't turned out well due to the fact that they're working with strong properties? The IP that they're working with has nothing to do with the game design elements. It will no doubt help them with their initial sales, but I mean, it still has nothing to do with the design. It's kind of like, hey, you gave me the Marvel IP and I made a shitty beverage, right? Beverage production has nothing to do with the IP. It's just a, you know, it's a sales tool.
Behold the rage of the fireland.
So that's what I fucking think about that. Yeah. And what I would not be saying is, everything's fine, everything's great. I just am not going to make super sharp conclusions and get really overly concerned about things like, oh, what about their track record? What do we think about that? I just don't think it is nearly as big of an issue as it might seem at first glance. Well, I'm gonna lose that on my gadget since it's just gonna make me real sad, unless I'm the luckiest man in the world! Ah!
Job done.
This is great. This is really great. So I hope that was an acceptable answer. I hope that's reasonable. I hope that's good. Question earlier that I wanted to address really quickly. Oh, that's not good, even though we have one right here. Eyeball, corner pocket. Oh, I run better. I just strictly run better. Oh, I'm so sick. Question was, if only 10% of games make money, how the hell does the industry stay around? I mean, there's two really huge answers to that. Which is, one, Professor Oak says the IP can provide guidance in terms of lore, story, mechanics, character design, art. Yeah, sure. But if you read the book will not tell you how to create a good mechanic. See what I mean? Like, if there is a fiery character and you make a beverage, you might add some spiciness to the beverage to match the character. But that is very different from, here is the skill set for forming tasty beverages that people will buy in millions, right? That's the difference to which I refer. I think I trade everything and weep bitterly.
I'm almost out of cards.
Ooh. Ooh. That is a sick draw. That I don't think I can actually play this turn. Can I bump into each other's heads? Bump. Lots of head bumping. I think I do play this turn anyways. Get those Jade Idols in the deck. I want to draw that innervate. Two big answers. One is that One is that there's just a shitload of games that you just never think about and you never hear about. What most people, when they're having discussions about movies or books or games, just any popular media, they're talking about the top chunk. They're saying things like, you know, I think this unbelievably that made tens or hundreds of millions of dollars sci-fi movie was made way worse than the billion-dollar movie blah. And it's like, yeah, sure, but holy shit, those are like the top 1%. Those are amazing. That's incredible. Someone made a movie that generated $20 million. Holy fuck. And you only spent a $10 million, but you made $20 million? That's fucking incredible. Right? I gotta stop saying right. I really hate that I do. That's a really bad habit. I gotta break that or break my face. Right. So that's one thing. There's a huge chunk that are not being considered. But the second one is to think about how money works. Let's say that I have $100 million and I spend $50 million on a game and it makes $40 million. The game didn't make money. Lost a total of $10 million. I have $90 million left. I make another game. It makes $40 million. And I keep repeating this process until I'm on my last $50 million. Right? So I've already made 5 games. Yes, I've already made 5 games. And then I make that game, and it makes a big chunk of money. It makes $200 million. So I've made a total of 5 games, but only successfully made money out of... or I made 6 games, but I made money out of one of the 6. Fucking math. So that's a big thing. There's a lot of games that, like, make 80%, or make 120%, or make 60%, or break even, make 200%. Or more commonly, what you'll have is a company that has, like, $200 million, you know, a big publisher, big investor, and, you know, they'll take that $20 million and they'll sprinkle it around in a distribution of, we'll say, 10 games. Some more money than others, and 2 of them will make money. The other 8 won't. Cosmo Monkey Prime says it's time for the game that breaks all the rules. It's time for a game that doesn't care how you make money. It's time for Backer Quest! Oh, fuck, I gotta get on Backer Quest, man. God, that is gonna be the greatest game of all time. It is the Kickstarter where every element of the game is created, provided, and architected by the backers. I would be the mere middleman, connecting these geniuses who are providing $5 and $6 at a time into one big cesspool of nonsense. Yes! Who wants a Tar Creeper? I would like 1 Tar Creeper. 1 Tar Creeper, please!
Mental dislocator.
Yeah. Hearthstone is unrelated to the game topic, but any tips on reducing verbal filler things like saying like? You could record yourself and listen to it. That's the most first order effective. I'm pretty damn good at listening to myself while I talk, and like having a part of my brain that's thinking about what I'm saying as I'm saying it. It's that part of my brain that as I'm talking, I'll stop and go and like look up into my eyes, because that I'm trying to go, and how exactly do I want to say that?
Who are you?
And that part is very judgmental. That part's like, God, you gotta stop saying right. You sound like such a condescending ass. God, you're talking to yourself alone to a webcam in a room, and you're going, right. You gotta consider the fact that you don't hear about a lot of games. Right. Which is another way of going, I think I'm right. Don't fucking do that. Get that right the fuck out of there, man. Most of you are like, Jesus, you don't need to talk to yourself that way. Maybe not. But, you know, that's what's going on in my brain. The pain in my brain stays mainly repressed. Oh, God. Do I want this guy out? I don't think I want that guy out. I don't think I want him out. Go easy, bruh. I don't like going easy. I do not like it one bit. Yeah, it is a good day to Bum bum. Oh my god, this 4/4 is gaining so much power. Hey, Quantum Brace, thanks for the nice message and thanks for joining. How was it going through college and grad school? What'd you study, Quantum Brace? I don't give a damn. Hello, excuse me. I have a question. Do you think I give a fuck? So I can hit this, kill that, play that, do this. Yeah. Okay, wait. Whoa, wait. I think I actually want to play this. Run out the dragon, draw a card. Ah, yes, another primordial. Joe Phantasm says, Dana, what do you do on days where you just feel creatively drained and you can't come up with ideas? Struggling with some writer's block today. Alright, here's a trick, Joe Phantasm. You need to get even more specific and concrete with the minute detail of what you're trying to do. That sucks, but that man right there really hurt me just there with the thing that he did. The bastard. Can't believe it. He needs to have not... Oh, God. Why? Why did he do that to me? What a dick. Just get unbelievably more specific and do an even tinier chunk of a problem. Just get tinier and tinier and tinier and tinier and tinier. Until it's so small you can't even imagine it. Okay. So let's say you are trying to write your your book. I'm gonna make a bunch of shit up, and you tell me if I'm like way off base. Joe Phantasm. I can kill that, but it won't be pretty. It's actually gonna be so sick. Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
Behold the rage of the firelands, or the wild.
Ooh! My God, his Jade Idol's number in the millions. Suppose you're trying to write a detective story of a guy trying to solve the case. So you have your high-level outline, right? Your high-level outline. Well, he's going to catch the murder at the end. He's going to learn about the murder at the start. You're going to have clue 1, clue 2. You're going to have a weird, big middle twist where he realizes something, and then he gets clue 3 and clue 4. And that's what brings it to the end. So it's murder, clue 1, clue 2, big middle, clue 3, clue 4, conclusion. I have 7 fingers out, and 7's a good number. Just ask the maker of Tetris. What do we want to do? Give me a second. Warth! You fucking what, mate? I think I may have put too many in there. You won't be needed anymore, little friend. So you got your 7 pieces. And maybe you're having a hard time trying to figure out something. And let's say maybe you actually have your outline pretty good and you know what is going to happen. But you're starting to have trouble figuring out how to get the guy to go from clue 1 to clue 2. So you're kind of struggling with the big concept. Fuck, what actually motivates him to go to that location? Just like start digging in even deeper and deeper and deeper until you can actually... Oh my god, did I just lose the whole game? Okay, so we're gonna just kill from left to right. So I did that successfully, like a successful person. Did I whiff lethal? Oh my god, wait. 8, 9, 10. 10 and this is 21. 10 is 21. 21, 24 is 25. And then 26. Suppose you're actually having an issue on that. It's okay to say, I'm not going to do that. Just avoid that and do another part that's like even smaller and more... What's the word I'm looking for? Not more minute in size. Just a smaller, more focused chunk.
You're not that shy.
This guy just has a second bloodlust, by the way. That's right, get toasted. Jade Druid, good. It's just a smaller chunk. And I mean, you know, since my stuff is largely, you know, verbal, video, or games, I'll use the game example. I don't know what piece of code should I write for this or do that? What element should I work on? And I just like go to something really small. You know, if I was writing Hearthstone, I would just be like, okay, I'm just gonna write just the code for hero powers until I feel it's good. I'm gonna ignore the rest of the game, and I'm just gonna write this and just make sure that that feels good. And then when that's done, be like, okay, I'm just gonna work on dragging and dropping and making sure that lands properly. So this is 1 mana. I don't really need to play this, and I have a lot of reason to hold on to it. So those are a few things. But one of the best ways, and I like to save this for the end because that's what makes effective lists. One of the best ways I find is I don't make decisions when I come to a decision point. I do all the possibilities and then I pick one. Did I miss lethal? I may have. I don't care. I don't care. I was in the middle of the thing. And I'm not looking at his health at this point.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Oh shit, I have lethal right now. I'm such an asshole. Hello, little brown cat. See, Jade Druid's the best druid. So if I am trying to write Chapter 1, and I don't know whether to make Chapter 1 fast-paced, Chapter 1 focus on introducing the character, make Chapter 1 really mysterious and interesting, rather than debate between these three, I will write 3 Chapter 1s in each of those styles and just see which one I like. So if I'm to use the Hearthstone example, if I were writing Hearthstone and I didn't quite know how I wanted to program, you know, hero powers, I would just be like, all right, let me just write it 2 or 3 ways and see which one I like more. I tend to fight blocks with just brunt power of time. So this sort of combination of like, I'm blocked on this, let me go do this other thing. It makes me never really feel like I'm feeding into the block. Well, actually, I'm gonna leave that one for last because most of the time I'm actually just grind pretty hard. So I think I actually do want the cards. I'm just gonna do this because I don't have a clear turn 3 play. I'll leave that to last. So most of what I do is I like to enter into things with big plans. So I have a plan sort of set out. And then I start to, with my plan, I start trying to make sure I'm asking myself all the proper questions when I'm doing my work. And if at some point I'm starting to feel like, I don't know what to do, I'll just be like, okay, well, what is it that I'm definitely gonna do? I start to like work on those kinds of things. Ah, shit, I'm unsure if I should make this thing in fashion A or fashion B. Fuck it, I'm gonna make both. And I make those decisions fast as fuck. So that way I'm not bogged down in some moment of like, how do I do it? You know, let me phone a friend. Hello, friend, what do I do? I think I'm more happy to have swipe countered than this, because I still don't know what he is, and I want to be able to gain armor.
I'm late. I'm late.
Okay, you know what he is. I don't need Fandral to do very much this game, so I'm running him out. Great. Was that or Aya next turn? I mean, this draw has sucked ass, though. Like, both Primordial Drakes and Aya and Gadgetzan at the top, so this is not looking good. Oh, we lost. And so if at any point I actually feel really meaningfully blocked, I just will do something completely different. So if I'm writing chapter 1, I'll work on chapter 3. If I'm coding Hearthstone and I'm having trouble figuring out how I want the card architecture to work, I'll do the card playing architecture and just fill in a dud deck and say I'll fucking do that later. So then that way there's just lots of output constantly happening. A wise coder I once knew had architected this really brilliant little piece of tech. And I said, whoa, how'd you do that? And he said, it's just code. And he showed me the code, and so this goes here. So we want to play into counterspell. And he showed me the code, and he's like, yeah, look, there's like 700 different files here. But let's click on one. And I clicked on one, it was just like a tiny thing. It was like small block of code. It's like 100 to 200 lines. And he's like, this piece of code just does this basic thing. And show me another block of code. It's like, this piece of code does that basic thing. So I just keep breaking code down. Good lord. Probably are dead to Primordial Fireball. But, that was really cool to see. Something that just amazed me. Something that really just amazed me in terms of its technical capacity. He was just like, yes, he's just this little block. It's just this little block, and it's just this little block. It was clean, man. It was fucking clean.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
So I think I need to nourish and just pray that he doesn't have burn. I think that's the only out, or not burn, counterspell. I think I just need to do that. Prayers have not been answered.
For the wild.
It's like deal 4 damage to enemy here. I'm like, no! Yeah. Dude, look at how bright the low end is, how dark the high end is. We were reasonably close to being able to stabilize, but that's fine. Any questions about shows, go to the website, go to the website. People, please direct others who are asking about schedules to the website, because Jenna Raw just said, is Dota with Purge still on tomorrow? And, which is a totally reasonable question, but it's like the 8,000th time people have been asking about the schedule this week, so. Seems that when I went away for 2 weeks, there was great discombobulation about the schedule, but it's all just up on the website. And I mean, I know that that's with code, but at the same time, I think that the entire concept is, Denz Elliott says, what are you using to learn code, and what language are you using? I mean, I already know how to code, so I'm using my life of fucking around with computer programs. Woo!
Fly, Polly. I'm in charge now.
So I think I actually Wrath this turn. Which Purge are we getting tomorrow? Purge. Purge proper.
Job done.
So we might be able to stabilize. Oh, he fucked up, man. He should be hitting me in the face right now. So I'm just gonna go Jade Spirit, Jade Behemoth, so boom. And I mean, I know I was talking about it with code, but I still think it's true when it comes to doing anything, you know, like event planning. A very amorphous and stressful creative space. How does that shit work? Well, we're just gonna break it down into smaller pieces. There will be venue-related concerns, such as getting tickets, letting people in, getting them their seats, and I can break that down even more, but we'll come back to that. There's production-related concerns. There's managing the team-related concerns. Might be dead. I think that I have an incredible ability to draw swipe off the top, though. I really believe in my ability to rip swipe right off the top. Damn. I don't really have that many plays. I mean, maybe the play was actually to Wild Growth so I could get the Primordial Drake yet. I think I didn't ramp hard enough.
Trust the pirate's code.
Yeah, I mean, we just die. Does he see it? Does he see how to kill me? Yeah, we're just dead.
I concede.
Meh. He had an excellent draw. That was a fantastical ass draw. And he even whiffed a whole bunch of damage on that Fiery War Axe.
Malfuria versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Alright. This is it. This is the win right here.
An incredible discovery.
I actually want to do this.
For the wild.
And then run this out and the Primordial Drake out. I think that's right. Still have the Aetherworks lens up, man. I would rather they have a clone of this. Oh no, Jobo says, what are your thoughts on people who didn't go to high school, went back to get a GED, and are now struggling with math while trying to get a degree in programming? What is my opinion on that kind of person? This panned out okay. I mean, I think I just need more specificity. I just don't know what you mean. Like, what is my opinion on a type of person I've never even thought about before? I don't have an opinion on it. I guess that's my answer. That makes sense, and I would provide the encouragement. Yeah, no, you can totally learn math. You can totally learn programming. You just got to do it one step at a time. Just slowly, slowly, slowly get better. Slowly, slowly grind up. Takes a lot of patience, but, you know, you'll get there. Is this countered? No? It's probably a nice block. Glad I'm preserving this. I love having 4 armor cards, man. It makes me feel like I have consistency. Luna, Luna, Moon, Moon. What a great name. Welcome. Full Sweat Truth says, what's your opinion on someone who's trying really hard to get things in place? Awesome. I love people who try hard. I love people who try hard. People who try are the best. And you know, people who don't try, and they're like, yeah, I don't really fucking want to try. It's not my thing. I'm not into it. Huge amount of respect for it.
You are on fire.
Love when people are just like, here's who I am and here's who I'm not. It's great. So great. So good. Awesome. This is a great swipe target. What I don't have a lot of respect for is someone who's like, I'm trying really hard, and they're not trying hard at all. Because I'm trying hard means, give me sympathy. Fuck no. Like... Oh. There's this great Chris Rock quote, which is like... Oh, let me just read the Chris Rock quote. Chris Rock. He's like, is Chris Rock quote. Love this quote so much. He said, I'd always end up broken down on the highway. When I stood there trying to flag someone down, nobody stopped. But when I pushed my own car, other drivers would get out and push with me. If you want help, help yourself. People like to see that. Totally, that's like, that's me. Straight up, man. I just want to like point to that quote. Point right there. Druizzle says, what is your degree in? I have a Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics and a Master of Fine Arts in Interactive Media. Zelustra says, if we're in advice mode, do you have any recommendations for job hunting, getting motivated for the same? I don't believe in motivation. I believe in doing shit. So what you should do is get up at 7 a.m. and apply for jobs until it's 6 p.m. and call it a day. Do it tomorrow. You'll sit down, it'll be 7 a.m. and you'll go, well shit, now what? Okay, fuck, what do I need to do? A resume? Well, I don't have a resume. Let me look up how to do a resume. Maybe you spend the morning writing a resume. Then it's noon, and you're like, okay, let me review my resume. What's good about this resume? What's garbage about this resume? What would people be happy about in this resume? What would they be concerned about that they don't see in the resume? All of a sudden, it's 2 p.m., and you have a damn good resume. And, geez, you still have 4 hours left. You know what you should do? I don't know. Maybe fucking look up a whole bunch of places where you could apply for a job and start applying. Okay, cool, let's apply to some jobs, man. I think it's better for it to be a 1. And look up what they're doing and say, okay, what do they need? Are the cover letters? Okay. Shit, I haven't written a cover letter yet. Maybe you come up with a template cover letter and you do just that one application that day. So you got up at 7 a.m., you got to work by 8, and you worked until 6, and you now have a completed resume, a template for a cover letter, and now you have applied to 1 job. Then you get up, next day you go and boom! 8 a.m. again. Oh, you rat bastard. Oh, damn it. Shit. 5 and 5 and 3. Urgh. Okay, so I guess I do this. That's not very helpful.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Go on the next day. You're churning out cover letters. You're churning out applications. Just go by volume. Should I apply to this job or should I apply to that job? Apply to both fucking jobs. Write 2 different resumes. Write 2 different cover letters. Volume. Churn it out. And you might be like, but I've worked during school day. Okay, so that's what you're doing Saturday and Sunday this week. It's set, Zalukster. It's set. That's your Saturday and that's your Sunday. It's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. job focus. Just the 2 days. That's it. Tell me how it goes. Also, we lost. Damn it. Got immediate PTSD upon hearing that. I don't even know what I'm looking for, man. I need to, like, simultaneously clear his board. I mean, I'm getting the best possible cards here. Zalukster says, will do, and thanks. Man, fuck yeah, you got this shit, Zalukster. Guess I need,
Time waits for no one.
Who are you?
That's pretty good. Ugh. Alright, that was okay. Alright.
You can't hide from me.
A lot of final bosses en route today. So we gotta do this one, yeah? I'm hanging on! God, this was a hard game. Where did we rank 14 like 2.5 hours ago? We were ranked 14 5 hours ago as well.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
I think we die here to like a fjord ball. Okay. We're having a rough go at Hearthstone today. It's alright, ranked 9's coming down the pipeline. Nice one, Bra says, what's up, Day 9 TV? I dig your positive and logical approach to problem solving. Did you learn these ideas from any particular book and resources, or was it just trial and error? Largely trial and error. I think a big part of it, though, is I sort of would hear things that people would say and hear about things that they did and think, I want to be that.
You asked for it.
A big inspiration to me is Will Smith, who, you know, has honestly been in some just dumpster shit awful movies. Can we just be real for a moment? He's been in some great movies. He's been in some bad movies, right? Like, but I think he's a great actor. And if you watch interviews with him, where he talks about his work ethic, he just says shit that just like, God, just gets to me. He talks about how one summer, and I'm gonna butcher the details of this, but whatever, I don't give a fuck. This is my show. Fuck off, Will Smith. You can't tell me what to do. You have no presence here. Why don't you go make a multi-million-dollar success? Yeah, that'll show him. Got him. Fucking owned. Owned Will Smith today. Feels great. So, he said that there was one summer where his dad told him and his brother, I want you to see this like blank area. You're going to build an entire brick wall until it's like this high. All the way across this. And he said he looked at that and he was like, that's impossible. And his dad's like, I don't give a fuck, you're doing it, right? So he and his brother just laid down bricks every day. Just mortar and bricks, just did this. And at the end of the summer, the wall was done. And Will said, he was like, hey dad, look, I did it. And his dad said, don't you ever tell me that something's impossible. And it talks about how, like, you know, I'm making a big goddamn dragon happen. I think that's what we're doing, yeah? He's like, because if you look at the wall, what you're gonna think is like, this is impossible, this is too much. But if all you do is you lay a brick and just focus on the brick, and you just lay a brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and then you just do that again, eventually, no matter if you're trying to finish the wall or not, a wall's gonna get itself done if you just keep laying little bricks. Remember, I watched that video and I was just like, oh shit, I wanna be this. It's actually a pretty good result. As good as results can be. You know, since this game has been a complete clusterfuck of me winning and losing, just in an endless stream of 50%, I'm just gonna switch to a discard warlock for the last 45 minutes or so. Hi, my name is Sean, and I hope that you did not grow up to be a big, strong mirror entity. Actually, I don't even give a shit anymore. Let me attack with this first, just in case. And so that's the sort of trial and error that I was interested in with my problem-solving process. Where I was like, wow, what's he doing? I want to do that. I want to be that person. And it's not that Will Smith said, here's the way to do things. And I was like, I'll try that on. I was still trying to come up with my own way of... Are we serious with this shit right now?
Golems are a girl's best friend.
For the wild.
I forgot this card existed. This card's tight, dude. I'm gonna put one of those in my Miracle Rogue. That's awesome. Wow. Damn. But I think that there's this underlying thing that underlies everything in my attitude and everything that I do, which is that, like, I just don't buy this bullshit of I can and I can't do it. I really don't. Like, I mean, but potentially to a fault, but like, I just don't buy that shit. Like, you know, and this started with StarCraft, where, like, okay, so this is completely vain and bragging, so please forgive me, but like, I was the absolute best person in fucking North and South America for a while in Brood War. Like just definitely. Fucking yeah. How did that happen? Well, like, I remember there was a point in high school where I just went, huh, I bet I could just be the best if I just worked really, really hard at it. I think that's just going to be the difference. Is I'm just going to do that. And so I just played a fucking shitload. What do we do here? I mean, I think that, like, no matter what, I win, right? So I do something like this, and then I do something like this. Ping this guy, zhoosh. of these. Make this thing shuffle 3 in there, right? Alright, board looks good. And I remember I worked really hard for WCG this one year, specifically in the Zerg vs. Terran matchup. And every ZVT felt really straightforward. All my practice games were way harder than these WCG tournament games. And I was just like, huh. I remember it felt weird. It was weird in the tournament to just be like, yeah, no, and I just know that you can't. I know I'm fine, and there's no way you can beat this. Okay. Huh. And, like, I just don't believe this, like, yeah, I don't know, I just don't wanna, I can't, I'll never be the best. Yeah, you can totally be the best. What are you talking about? Fucking course you can, man. You can literally be so good that there is no one who has ever been good at you. You can totally do that. And, you know, in practice, it is true that you might not actually literally become the best in the world, but if you have that attitude, you're gonna get fucking good. If you have the attitude and you're just like, yeah, I'm practicing because I'm gonna be the absolute best. And there's also, like, again, this whole idea of, like, no excuses, no bullshit. If you're losing games, you're doing something wrong. It's not the other person got lucky, it's not that, you know, the game is imbalanced or unfair in your favor. I mean, you could go, well, actually, I've worked it out, and I've determined that I don't even care, man. I'm not going to count anymore. I'm just going to feel my way to where the lethal is. Boom, look at that. Stayed 1 off. Be like, well, I've proved that there's an imbalance. Don't give me that bullshit. Fucking win. That's your job, is to win. Like, and this happened in Brood War, where Zerg was notoriously shitty at island maps. And I was like, fuck this. I bet it's because no one understands how to play island maps. I'm just gonna be the absolute best island map player that there ever was. So that's what I fucking did. This guy's like, Jesus, would you just shut up, kid? Yes, no, I know. I know you won. I get it. I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't remember. Oh, it's my train of thought. Something about the idea of just, like, no excuses. Oh, yeah, like you have to push yourself and stay focused on the thing you're doing to win. Oh, yeah, about island maps. Yeah, so I just only practice island maps. For, like, 6 months of my life, I just only practice island maps primarily. Sure, I'd play other games, but it was like island all the time. And you know what happened? People would always pick island maps against me just because I was Zerg when it was in a tournament. And I won every one of those fucking World Game Tour, Clan Wars, Nation Wars. Fuck yeah. That was my shit. Hall of Valhalla. Oh yeah. Gorky Island. Had insane win rates on those maps. Now, if you look statistically and you actually just play a lot of island maps, it's fucking hard for Zerg. Zerg suck on island maps, right? It's totally true, right? But there's a difference between the truth that's actually there and the attitude that you are applying to it. So that's like this thing that lives here, where I'm like, yeah, no, what do you mean I can't do that? Fuck you, I'm gonna do it. I actually get, like, very angry in here. And part of where my productivity comes from is saying that to myself, where I'll get up and be like, I want to go back to sleep. And I'll say, fuck you, get up. And then I'll get up. Like, not quite so harsh, you know, but that, like, there's this feeling of, it is warm and it feels nice in my bed. And my brain goes, okay, that is a lie. It is nice here, but I will be happier if I get up and make myself do things. And then I get up. And this is not, like, literally, it's not like every day I am in 100% control. Like, some days I wake up and I'm like, fuck, nope, not doing this shit. I go back to bed. But there's that thing in there that just, like, it's like this little demon in me that's just like, you're gonna do shit right now, young man. And I think it's hard for everyone. I mean, there's literally limits to people's energy output and limits to their focus output. 100% undeniable, well documented. Organisms run out of energy. It happens, but Yeah, but we're gonna just play a disco lock. Here we go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take like 2-minute break to get some water because I've been talking a lot.